from the X Sports Network. This is X Sports Live, presented by Hinie's Barbecue.
And welcome everybody back here to X Sports Live here from Hinie's Barbecue. And guys, Clint Brazier, Cam Mashburn, I think this is the first show we've done where the sun is still out.
It's
when
nice.
We started.
It's spring, even though it doesn't feel like it sometimes.
Why is it that the 1st of February it's 80 degrees and the 1st of daylight savings time in March, spring break, we don't get out of the 40s, Ben? Don't you control the weather?
Yeah.
Speaking of, y'all going to hear Ben a lot. He's our engineer tonight.
Yes.
So, Ben,
Kevin's on assignment.
Glad you can be here doing something besides just eating and criticizing.
I like it when he don't have a mic to respond.
Right, I know.
Right.
You know, after he dropped the camera on the
Loretto, right?
the 6-year-old, it's a 6-month-old, and put it in the hospital at Loretto.
He has no response to that.
He can't. He has no mic.
None whatsoever.
Engineer job, and we're going off the rails.
He's actually done this before. I think.
Yeah, it's just, it was just me and you.
It was just me and you, and it was half set up. We didn't have a screen. We didn't have a time clock.
I don't remember where this one. I don't remember where this one was, even though he just came out of his bunker after being sick all week.
Yeah.
That's right. You were sick.
Hey.
That's right.
You were a bubble boy.
I am. I'm good. I'm good.
You
now.
been sick?
Yeah.
You have been sick? That's where I got that from. Because we got a haircut, and ever since I was like,
Well, maybe that's where I got it from.
Well, you guys know today is a special day, right?
no.
Do you know what
The
today
day
is?
before St. Patty's Day?
No, it is 3/16
It
day.
is 3/16 Day.
Of course, we got to play a little Stone Cold on 3/16
All the kids over here
day.
like, what?
They're like, what? Who is that
What?
guy?
Stone Cold?
I see that look, Ella. Don't act like I don't
They
know.
have no idea what we're talking about.
Ellis saw my Austin 316 shirt many a times.
Yes, so it is 3/16 day, and that is also glass shattering. Is the sound of my brackets already. Just a couple of games.
Yeah, and
into
I
the-
picture West Virginia, and it busted my bracket.
Yeah, you know who didn't pick West Virginia?
Your wife?
My wife.
Right.
She is one of 0.12% in the entire country whose bracket is still perfect right now.
Right.
Did she put in like anything where it pays money, or it was just a?
This is just, we did it on ESPN and did it on the NCAA March Madness on the app. And yeah.
So she's not, even if she goes purse, she's not winning anything.
No, not, she's winning bragging rights in our family,
yeah,
which she is just shattering. We do have a bet. I told her what I wanted. She hasn't told me what she wanted yet. So I'm sure she's really thinking it through really good right now. I mean, I picked Furman, but I also picked a bunch of other upsets that haven't come
So you
to
did pick
fruition.
Furman as an upset?
I did pick Furman. You know, having covered.
Because you hate Virginia?
No.
Since you're West Virginia?
No, not necessarily. I know Virginia's not good offensively, but
Furman's got a great record, too.
and having covered the SoCon for a couple seasons and seeing some of those teams up close, pretty good offensive teams. And Furman's a perennial 25, 26 win team. So I figured they'd go out and win. Princeton, though, that's the one that befuddled me that she got right.
Right.
She just goes, my gut just told me that Princeton was going to win. I'm like, that's it? Like, you know,
I would be taking her to buy lottery tickets.
yeah, she won't do it, though.
What's your gut? She won't buy lottery tickets?
No, she thinks that's going to ruin her gut. So me and my
Oh,
brother.
so this is an ongoing thing then?
Yeah. It's an ongoing thing between me, her, and her brother. That we want to use it for
So she's got good
financial
intuition.
purposes, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But
What was
she doesn't want to do it.
What was it, a TV show or a movie where the guy had like the book, like the almanac or something? He could go back. He went back in time and
It's
like.
Back to the Future, man.
It was Back to the Future. It was Back to the Future.
Well,
Wah, wah.
so moving ahead, it's been the first week of.
It was. It was. You're right.
This is the first.
That would be me. I would be Biff.
Yeah.
Then I would be covered in manure.
First week of baseball and softball for all of our area teams. We got Lawrence County softball team in the house tonight. They're off to a 1-1 start. Baseball team trying to find the offense. They're down to 0-2. Loretto baseball at 1-1. Loretto softball getting started tonight. And Summertown baseball in action right now. And the Summertown
Down 3-0, I think.
Yeah. and the Summertown softball team going down to Gulf Shores, and they slow played us a little bit. Kept hearing they were either going to be 4-4, come back 4-4, or 0-8, and they came back 7-1.
Yeah, our good buddy Adam Lindsay, he sandbagged a little, but I think, look, Coach Burleson's took a lot more talented teams down there, and have not. This is by far the most successful they've ever been, coming in runner-up down there, and I think it really shocked them. But I think you're coming back with a little bit of pride too, because your first set of action, you go down there, and Adam said those first 2 days it was cold. Like you may be on the Gulf, but it was cold, and I don't know how good a teams they beat, but your first action, you're going down there, and it's hard to play against. It's hard to go to the beach and focus just on softball. I don't care who you are. And, for them to come out of that start coming back 7-1 and going into what you kind of, you lost 3 really good seniors off last year's state tournament team. And, I think you got to come back with a little bit of pride and feeling pretty good about, feeling a little better about what you thought your season could be.
Yeah, that was they slow played us a little bit, but, they tend to do that.
So what would you focus on at the beach?
Me? Well, and of course, Amanda Land, she's going to join us too. She's took several groups down there. I don't know, Amanda, were you down there the year that it never got above 30? Were y'all there? It was Riley.
Something fun.
I think it was Riley's. Okay, we went one year, and all I packed were beach clothes.
I remember that.
And I thought, well, all right, we're going down there. It spit rain, snow, and ice down there, and I had to go to Dick's and buy myself a whole new wardrobe, and I wore it every day. I mean, that was the coldest I've ever been in my life. And
they actually had like long,
and
warm clothes to buy.
And Coach Burleson, if you're watching, I apologize, but he had, I would say, out of his 9 starters or primary players on his ball team, probably 8 of them were basketball players who just got beat in the state championship. Yeah. So 0 practices, and we go down there, and I don't know that we won a game, just looked awful, and so he's extra mad on top of us not winning, and we're freezing to death. I mean, we were like ready for softball to be over with.
Did y'all win a state championship that year?
Yeah, we did. They ended up winning the state championship that year.
It all worked out then.
Yeah, not how you started.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
tournament sport.
Baseball team is playing 2 really tough teams. Obviously, the defending 1A state champions in Eagleville. Forest, a pretty good program.
Forest always a powerhouse.
And they're getting tested early on, right quick.
Well, I'm going to try to get a score update. They are down 6-2 right now, and it's just the top of the 3rd. And I knew, we talked to Coach Jason Burleson last week, and his concern, he was pretty high on his pitching, but he was worried about his hitting. Well, they gave up quite a few runs, but I'd say this early in the year, they're probably throwing a lot of arms, and they're not really caring about wins, losses right now. They're trying to get kids in different spots and get kids a lot of in rotations a lot. So, I don't really look at it right now, but I know right now they've only scored, I think, if my math's right, I think they got shut out against Eagleville.
No, they scored. They got one.
All right, they got one. All right, so they've scored 3 runs in 2 games, though. Yeah. So, hitting, as he said, was going to be a concern. It's early, but, obviously the bats hadn't got fired up yet.
Yeah. And moving it over to Lawrence County, Clint Wright, new head coach. Couple tough games. They face 2 really good pitchers. The kid from Brooks is getting looked at by Auburn right now, and they face 2 really good pitchers from Columbia Academy and from Brooks. Offense hasn't been there yet, but like we've mentioned, they still got time to get better. But the pitching has looked really good, and their defense has been excellent through those first 2 games.
Well, I watched. I couldn't comment on the Brooks game. I watched a little bit of the Columbia Academy game, and look, you're a new coach. You're coming in, and you are doing a little bit of rebuilding. One, Luke Maddox was going to play on the left side of that infield. He's kind of focusing on golf, and I don't blame him. And he decided not to play baseball this year. And then you got Cade, that he's that left side of that infield. That what you're kind of planning on, it's just not there, and it's just going to take some time. And I think they're going to be fine. And he's doing the right things. He's building a program, and he's pumping a program up, and he's, I think they're going to be fine.
Yeah, on the softball side of Lawrence County. You know, a couple district games right off the get-go, 2 very important games, come out 1-1, and we've seen the offense come out the bat in these first 2 games.
Yeah, I had to text Ella yesterday to ask her. I said, I just saw the final score. How'd you do? And she wasn't very proud of herself. I did watch.
She did really good.
I did watch the first game against Marshall County. Just kind of got behind the 8 ball early, but fought out 10-5. So got some things going, and then had a big night at the plate last night against Spring Hill. I think we'll talk to Coach Land and those 2 knuckleheads when they come up here, Lake and Ella. But they lost Madison Tidwell, who's just all around a really good player. Lost a really good pitcher, and so you're going to have to do some rebuilding. And I think y'all 2 the only 2 seniors?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's your only 2 seniors, so you're playing with a little bit younger team. So they're going to be fine. They're just playing in a tough district.
Yeah. And we move over to Loretto. Baseball got to start off against Spring Hill. Pretty good team, 1-1, 1-run loss at Spring Hill. Came back here on the other night, picked up a 7-2 win, and they got a bunch of tough games coming up this weekend in the Florence area. And they wanted a tough schedule, and they certainly got a tough schedule so far.
Yeah, and Carter Daniel threw that first game and threw really well. And just the bats weren't. It's cold, it's tough, especially early in the year. I mean, obviously, I think they've got high expectations just because of what they've done in the past, and when you've got 2 big league coaches on your staff, you kind of the expectations immediately go a little higher.
Yeah.
Whether that's fair or not, I mean, it is what it is. But I think they're going to be really good. Clint Seymour, that kid's a legit Major League Baseball prospect.
Yeah.
If not D1, if not Major League.
Yeah.
I mean, his pop time, so he went to, it was at a Perfect Game showcase a couple months ago. In his time, there was a couple different, his pop time and there was something else. I don't remember what it was. That would have been top 40 of Major League Baseball last year. Wow. I mean,
that's pretty
he's
good.
in high school.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. He's pretty solid.
Yeah, and on the softball side, I know it's just their first game, but got a lot to live up to after last year, making that deep tournament run, and a lot of girls back, and a lot of high expectations, and with a new coach as well.
Well, you got UNA commit Briley Dover. I'm expecting her to have a great year. You've got all the pitching back from last year.
Right.
I think if you're Summertown, you're probably looking at like, all right, this is the year they may be better than us. And you've got some kids that, like you said, they made that run last year, and then they beat Summertown in the Final Four of that to actually send Summertown home. Now, I really, after they did that, I was really expecting Summertown to Loretto at least to get to the state championship game, but they got beat by Forest, and sent home as well. But I think they're probably going to build off that. They only beat Lexington 2-0. I watched just kind of glimpse of that, but you can't expect bats to be real hot in the first contest.
Yeah, tough way to go, but weather's going to start warming up.
Loretto any, or you want me to
No,
talk
I'm
about
good.
the team you cover?
I don't cover that.
Oh.
I made that very clear. When it comes to softball,
You're just a gym guy?
I don't even do football anymore. I don't even know nothing about it. It's just basketball. I don't know why I'm even on the show, to be honest with you.
We like you that much. That's why you're out here.
Yeah, it must be.
We're coming up next, we got the Lady Cats of Lawrence County. They'll be joining us here on X Sports Live from Hinie's Barbecue.
Great food is just a short drive to Hinie's Barbecue in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Hinie in town when you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Hinie Shine lemonade, and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Hinie sauces, snacks, and more. Hinie's Barbecue, Highway 43 North in Lawrenceburg.
This is Jason at Volco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg. For over 90 years, Volco has been a family-owned company. We're proud of our past and excited about our future. We're open to the public for wholesale and retail trade. We carry product lines such as Milwaukee Tools, Lucas Oil, and Malco products. We carry all major brands of lubricants like Shell Rotella, Haviland, Castrol GTX, Mystic, Motorcraft, Valvoline, Kendall, and Mobil. We here at Volco offer a complete line of car detailing supplies, shop supplies, tire repair products, and lawnmower supplies. Check us out online at VolcoAutosupply.com or at 416 Buffalo Road here in Lawrenceburg.
Have an H&R Block Tax Pro do your taxes online, and tax season feels just as good as all those other seasons, like wedding season.
I W-2 you.
Taxes.
File from anywhere with the expertise of an H&R Block Tax Pro.
Don't be left with stumps, overgrown trees, and cluttered land. Make the call today to Bayworth Trimming, licensed, bonded, and insured. Proudly serving the region with years of know-how. Call today 931-300-3554 or visit bayworthtrimming.com. Southern Tennessee Orthopedics welcomes orthopedic surgeon Dr. Paul Thomas. Count on Dr. Paul Thomas, podiatrist Dr. James Barksdale, and nurse practitioner Doug Iad at Southern Tennessee Orthopedics to keep your life in motion. Injuries and foot pain can rob you of the activities you enjoy most. So our team is here, close to home, to address the pain and to get you moving again. Southern Tennessee Orthopedics. From the routine to the unforeseen, you can count on us. To learn more, visit SouthernTennesseeMedicalGroup.com or to schedule an appointment, call 931-762-4400. Do you have a small farm, a big farm, or just critters in the backyard to feed? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you need to make the short drive down to A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee today. Owner and operator Jamie Ayers has you covered and will treat you right. That's A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody back here to Hinie's Barbecue for X Sports Live, joined by the Lady Cats of Lawrence County. Head coach Amanda Land, seniors Lakin Davis and Ella Hillhouse. And guys, starting off the season, a pair of district games. Struggled there on Monday night against Marshall County, but last night, that big 9-run 6th inning, you guys were able to break the backs out in a big way.
Monday night, we came out a little flat. They jumped on us, which they're a tough team. They've got good bats. Their pitching is, is solid. So we knew that it would be a contest. We split with them last year. That's who put us out of district tournament last year. So, we came out a little slow. We ended up with 12 hits. So normally you're good, you're pleased with that. But we couldn't, tie any together to get any runs in. So, we turned around and played Spring Hill last night, and they had just played Marshall County the night before. Yeah. And did they go into extra innings, or it was a 2-run game?
Yeah,
they lost by 2. So we were like, yes. So another big scoring game. And so, but last night it was. We made some errors. We made some kind of brain farts, is what we call them. We have a lot of young players, and it's just going to take game experience to get them where they're just routinely making decisions on their own without them looking at us to help them make decisions, and that's what we try to coach. We want them to make those decisions because not every play is going to do the same thing. So we were able to hit the ball well last night. Finally, it took a few innings for us to get in a routine, and us seeing the pitcher. I think she was a freshman pitcher. She wasn't there last year. But she didn't pitch last year.
She didn't. She played third last year.
Oh, okay. So we finally started hitting her after we saw her a couple of times, and it was a good outcome. We had 17 hits, so I was pleased.
And for you, how do you guys feel the start's been so far?
I mean, I think the start on both of the games, like she said, it's just been slow. We need to start in that first inning hitting and then just win every inning.
Yeah.
Like,
and clean up the errors. But for the most part, I mean, I feel good about it. I think once we get into the swing of things, we'll be good.
like you mentioned, it's the mental things happens early on in the season.
Yes.
You'll even see the guys in the big leagues make
Right.
mental errors. It's just, is that what just you guys as the seniors and the coaching staff just tell them, like, hey, they're going to come, but you
Right.
got to
Flush
rebound from it?
Right. For sure, and that's one thing. Sometimes you can see it in their face when they didn't flush it, and we're like, okay, you got to move on, because you're just gonna, if you keep thinking about it, you're just gonna make another one. But we have 5 returning starters, but only 3 in the same position. Lakin's playing third base for us. She's never played third base. She's normally an outfielder or catcher. We've got a new catcher. We've got a freshman pitcher. Our outfield's good. We've got solid outfielders, 2 returners, a returning first baseman, but everybody else is young, and it's just going to take some experience for them. But we're confident that through the season, they'll do better, and we'll be strong. Toward the end, which is when you need to be strong. So.
Coach, I've been here before it's hard to schedule softball.
Oh, yeah.
It's just real hard too. And just looking at your schedule, 5 out of your first 7 games are district games. Mm-hmm. Is that just how it worked out,
That's how we do district.
Right.
We
play it early.
We play 2. Yeah, we start right off the bat and play 2 a week, and then you have a bye week. So there's a week that you may not have a game. One of the 2 games, but yeah.
Well, I noticed, of course.
And we draw, so.
Right.
So we just sometimes we luck up and get some teams that we don't want right off the bat, and sometimes it works in our favor and sometimes it doesn't. It's just a blind draw of who you play and when you play them.
Right. Well, I noticed this year, and I was going to ask you too. I noticed Corey coaching third a lot, and I know y'all are trying to watch Georgia play as much as she can. Her last year at UNA. That you kind of beefed up the schedule this year a little bit, playing some more tournaments, playing some more games than you did last year.
Yes.
Is that just because you're putting it on more help to help you and Brian,
though? We do have more help, and we have more pitching this year.
Gotcha.
Last year we really only had Sam. We had Ella, but then she hurt her wrist in a diving accident.
Oh, trust me, I know.
So that kind of took out some tournaments for us last year, because you can't go to a tournament and only have 1 pitcher.
Right.
So that took out some tournaments last year, so we've added them back in because we have a few more pitchers this year. So we're hoping that that'll give them some more experience as well.
Yeah. And for you guys as seniors, the only 2 seniors on this team, with all the youth and inexperience that you have in some spots, how do you guys step up and kind of lead them through this journey?
We just, tell them it's okay, just keep them up about it and just say, you're going to make mistakes, it happens, but you got to stay up. Don't get in your head about it, because if you do, then you're going to stay in your head about it and you're just not going to do well. So we just try to stay positive and keep them up.
Softball's a mental game as it is, so you have to encourage them. You have to tell them it's okay. Like, that play's over, focus on the next play.
And like you said, with district play, I know you guys don't want to start off right with that. I know that's not the ideal situation, but with them being such big games and they determine so much. How do you get this team ready, knowing these kind of determine the future a little bit?
When we practice, we try to practice as many situations as we see, bunt coverages. We know a lot of the players, so we know what to expect. So we try to shade them in the areas that batters have a tendency to hit. You try to prepare them as best you can, but once they're out there and you're on the field, they just got to play the ball, wherever it lands. So, all we can do is prepare them and encourage them and straighten them out if errors get made. But, it's fun and we enjoy it. And we've got a great group of girls that are very encouraging to each other, and it's a fun group to watch.
Lakin, I know you've caught all your life and are great at it, but are you kind of in a situation now with only 2 seniors, losing what you lost off last year's bunch, where you kind of may just be asked to play multiple positions?
Yeah.
Or the first 2 games, have you caught it all? I hadn't even.
Yeah, I have I've caught a little bit. I caught last night. A little, I think.
Gotcha.
2 innings, 3 innings.
That was it, and I just caught Ella.
All right.
But yeah, I'm playing third full time.
All right. Have you ever played third?
No.
Well, it's first time for everything.
But I like it.
Right.
So Ella, who's been your all-time favorite coach? Someone told me to ask this question.
I mean, it might be Clint.
Listen, say the one you're playing for at the moment.
Clint Brazier. Taught me everything.
I taught her everything she's forgot.
Right. But I mean, Corey, I'm not knocking Brian, but Corey and Clint are so similar in their coaching, so I love that. I like Corey at third and just being more involved this year than he has been.
Yeah, Corey had a great quote last night. I'm still laughing about when Giselle just stopped in between second and first. Of all the things you could have done, that's the last one you should have done.
Right.
He's always got some good ones.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that because I was on third.
Yeah,
By the
you
time
were.
I got to third, I just seen her standing there and then get tagged, and I had no idea what had happened.
Yeah, it was this. I came back the first day. I told my wife, I'm like, their third base coach. I'm one of the greatest quotes I've ever heard. If you're going to be a third base coach, you know, my third base coach in college would always say some of the dumbest stuff. Like you hit a bag and trip, he'd scream "sniper" at the top of his lungs.
He's the same way.
Anytime you hit like one of those foul balls that barely makes it to the coach's box, and he'd just look at it and go, "Grown man hit that ball."
You want to hear the best Ellie Hillhouse story?
Oh yeah, we're all for it.
She's 10, heck of a pitcher. Heck of a pitcher. But we're playing a team that we should be beating pretty bad, and she can't throw a strike. And I yell out, "Don't be a mental midget." And she breaks down and starts crying, and her mother has to pull her aside and say, "What's wrong with you?" She said, "Well, I don't know exactly what that means, but I know it's offensive." Man, it was great. So yes, I got to go apologize. And hey, we won a tournament, and she was fine after that.
Hey, but it's made me better. So.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And you won this Waco High. Yeah. I got to experience that or watch that for the first time with my baby the other day, and that's just so much fun. I mean, obviously, there's only so much you can do. You can't be a part of the skits, but what was that process like for you?
I mean, they told us, I guess she told us, 2 weeks before?
Yeah,
so we have 2 weeks to, get a skit, commercial, video, theme. It's a lot of work and it's stressful, but in the end, it's rewarding and it's fun to see everybody's things come together. And I'm honored and I'm humbled to win, so it was fun.
My wife's a former Miss Waco High, so you had some shoes to fill there.
Hey, you'll get a kick out of this, watching all the skits that they put on, and then of course proud that Ella got it, and plus that had to be tough because you're going against so many of your best friends, you know. But you'll get a kick out of this. I was in skits in '98 and '99, and guess what? Every skit was wrestling. Because that's why I was popular at the time.
And it's perfect since it's 316.
That's right.
Yeah. So, I know you've been really busy, obviously, on the coaching side.
Yeah.
And, your daughter, Georgia's going through her senior year.
Yeah.
You got to experience something really special the other night.
I did.
All-time record crowd taking on Alabama. And
Faust didn't strike her out.
Yes.
She
And
didn't get hit.
And she hit one that if you're playing at your home ballpark probably would have been out.
Yeah, she's having such a fun year, and last year she wasn't 100% sure she was going to take this COVID year, and she ended up having a strong year, and she thought about it over the summer, and she just was like, I'm going to do it, and I'm just going to have fun and not stress about it, and she's had a good start to the year, so it's going to be fun, and we're trying to catch as many games as we can with her. But the Alabama game in their hometown, even though it wasn't at UNA, was fun. To have 4,300 people there she just loved it. She loved it. She loved every bit of it, and she wasn't nervous. I was nervous. Brian was nervous. Rhonda Burdishaw was nervous because Macy started pitching. And you had Haley Jones there. You had 3 Lawrence County girls there. That was it was special for our community and for the Florence community. So it was It was fun.
17-3, off to an incredible start right now,
yes.
and this team is pretty formidable. And,
Yes.
and it's good to see not just them do well, but seeing our local girls.
Right.
And that, everyone who's from here locally is doing a great job
Yes,
so far.
yes, for sure. Haley's doing great at the plate. She's batting upper 300s. I think last time I looked it was like 360. Georgia's at 330, 340. She's got 5 home runs. Macy's striking them out. I love watching her and Georgia work together. Haley's a great second baseman. She filled the hole that they needed. So they're just a good group to watch. It's fun.
For you guys moving forward, you got another busy time coming up. This time of year, you guys are playing 3 to 4 games a week. How do you guys, just kind of turn the page after this week and move on to the next one?
Well, let me cut in. You got a Lincoln County next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lawrence County, Lincoln County softball. That's been always heated and a little rough
heated.
contest, and always back and forth. What do you know on Lincoln County? What are you expecting when you go to Lincoln County Monday?
Well, Lincoln County didn't lose a single player, so they're going to be
So,
solid.
okay.
I mean, they're going to be good. We know that. But I think if we, right off the bat, jump on them and we win every inning, then it'll be a good ball game. Both of their pitchers one's committed to Memphis, one's committed to Liberty. So, I mean, we know they're good. We know they can hit. We just have to show up and play ball.
Right.
Lincoln, for you, obviously, Lincoln County, you guys know the rivalry, something big coming up on Monday.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think we'll be fine as long as we don't make dumb errors and we hit. I think we'll be fine.
I'd like to thank you guys for coming by here to
thanks for
Exports
having us.
Live, and we'll see you guys once again in a couple weeks, and I'm sure we'll be there on Monday to cover that game live.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks to the Lady Cats. Coming up, we've got the owner of Hinie's Barbecue going to show you guys a special treat. That's next on Exports Live.
At Southern Tennessee Realty in Lawrenceburg, owner and broker Fred Webb is always working with his realtors to ensure they're ready for game day to score you the biggest win for your home or property. From being the best trained to knowing the land or home they're selling, the crew at your local United Country office is ready to give you their all. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, turn to Southern Tennessee Realty today and let them put their years of combined experience to work for you. Because everyone around here knows if Southern Tennessee Realty can find Bigfoot, they can find you a buyer.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
McMaster's Home Gallery, where you'll always get a special price every day. Shop their new showroom full of name brand furniture, sofas, recliners, dining and bedroom suites, Serta bedding, lots of tables and chairs just to match your decor. McMaster's Home Gallery also has GE appliances. Stop by on Highway 43 in Loretto or call 853-6140.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at Hinie's Barbecue for Exports Live. Well, I got a fresh water in the nick of time from Sarah.
Nick of time. It was like lightning.
That was like
yeah.
It's like the flash,
I'm telling you.
all that. Right, yeah, there she is. Well,
Done.
Trip,
y'all got that on video, right? She wanted hired.
We do.
That's all I needed to hear.
You guys are hiring, right?
We are, absolutely.
Well, Trip, owner here at Hinie's Barbecue, you brought us out this ain't a treat. This is like a smorgasbord.
This is something that is cool. This is my signature burger here.
Okay.
I finally put my name on something around here. This is Trip's triple cheesy smash burger. If
Okay.
you like cheese, this is it. See, look at all the skirt around here.
Yes.
It is layer upon layer upon layer of cheese. Nice. The skirt is like candy.
It's like candy.
And if you can see this one over here, we've got this one cut open. It's a triple smash burger. And you can kind of see inside of there, there's a lot of meat in there. That's right at 10 ounces of meat, close to 3/4 of a pound of meat in there. I hadn't even weighed the cheese yet. It's a handful of cheese on each patty, and it just flows over and gets on the grill to make that nice little skirt. Put it under the steam hood and, do all that. But the skirt is just crunchy candy. Yeah. It's good. That's all I know to tell you.
Lincoln says that's what he should have ordered.
Well, you can dive in on one of those right there if you're brave, but you have to be brave.
He's got a brisket sandwich coming, don't you?
Brisket sandwich is good, but now that right there, if you like cheese.
Here, let's
I love cheese.
If you love cheese, you've got to take a bite of that just to see what you think.
So what was the inspiration for this?
So I love cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
And there's something about a cheese when it gets on the flat top, it's got that candy flavor to it. And I just thought, you know what, we need to make a special cheeseburger around here because you can't get a crazy cheeseburger like this anywhere. I've seen it on TV, but I haven't seen it in a restaurant around here. So I said, I'm doing it. We're going to make it happen.
He said he most definitely should have got that.
That's a burger right there, ain't it, buddy? That's what I'm talking about. That cheese is
give
just,
this a shot.
And you might have to unlock your jaw to get around that one there.
I can do it.
Oh, did you see the mouthful he had? That's all he could do.
But that makes for one awesome burger, and it's got enough cheese on it. That's about it.
There you go.
Does that come with Levi?
Yeah. You might need him. You might need Air Evac to come in and take you out if you get too much of that in. But they're on standby.
Yeah. So is this on the menu right now?
That is on the menu right now. So what we've done, we've created several new things over the last couple weeks. One of them being the milkshakes y'all had last week. They're on an insert on the menu until we get new menus printed. But Mallory and I talked about it today, actually. We've got so many new things that we're probably going to revise the menu in the next couple of weeks. Just add all these new things on there because we've got the buffalo chicken wrap, the buffalo chicken sandwich. We've got the Trips cheeseburger. I don't know what, there's so much cheese, I don't know what to say. A lot of cheeseburger. We've got the jalapeno cheddar sausage dog on the bun with all the peppers and onions. That's on there daily now. The milkshakes are on there daily now. So just a lot of new things on that menu that we've added. And we've got a few others that we're considering putting on there that we're prototyping. So lots of fun stuff. Then something special tomorrow, Ben Luna. It's supposed to rain tonight in the morning, turn colder tomorrow. It's not going to be sunny and 70 tomorrow. No. Cold weather, rainy weather, weekend spells homemade gumbo.
Oh.
We're making homemade gumbo again for tomorrow. We got the steam kettle out. We're in there cutting up the peppers and the onions and the celery and the okra and all of the veg getting ready. We're building a 20-gallon pot of fresh-made gumbo. It's got your andouille sausage in it. It's got your fresh chicken breast in it. It's going to have shrimp in it. It's going to have your rice. We're going to have it just like we did last time. You can buy half gallons to go, or we've got the 12-ounce cups to go, or we've got it. You can come in and eat in the restaurant. So homemade gumbo starting at 11 a.m. in the morning. We've had a ton of people ask about it. So we had to just pull the trigger and go for it.
So you guys had that big night a couple weekends
ago, we had our big pit pass night. We are scheduling another one.
Okay.
We're double checking with our help right now. It's either going to be April 1st or April 15th.
Okay.
And we may actually just do it April 15th and celebrate tax day and just go all out and wear it out. But we've got to double check and make sure. We need plenty of help for those nights because it is insane when we do those.
How successful was the next one? The one that you previously had, was it better than the first one?
Absolutely. They keep growing. And then what's crazy is more and more people are hearing about it and more people are contacting us saying, hey, I missed that one, but we want to come back, or the people that were here, they're saying, look, we didn't realize this was going to be this good. We're going to bring friends. We got some other people. When's the next one? When's the next one? So we're scrambling, trying to get it all put together and figure out what all we're going to cook again. And the drawback is that means about 2 days of no sleep.
Yeah. But it's worth it.
But it's fun.
You got a packed house.
When you see the smile on everybody's face, and you see them get to try, 16 to 18 different barbecue meats in one setting, and they're cheesing from ear to ear, and it makes it fun.
Cheesing? What?
Yeah.
He is putting a hurt on that burger.
And he's got a
there.
sandwich coming and fries.
And there it is.
Hey, he might have to get that to go, but he can have that cheeseburger now.
I thought I had today. Now, you guys do catering.
We do catering,
so
absolutely.
With it being March Madness, people that want to just hang out at the house and have some people over.
You can call and get, nachos to go, wings to go. We've got pork packs, we've got brisket packs, we've got all kinds of big family pack stuff to go.
We did family pack.
So we've got all these different packs that people can put together and take home, or you can come up here and eat and then go back home and we'll do the dishes for you. So it's completely up to you.
Awesome trip.
You call him Clint?
I'm thinking
Clint
about
trip.
the burger.
Okay.
I'm looking at the burger. And
this burger will mess with
you.
See,
it really is. It's messing with my mind. It's pretty good.
There you go.
I'd like to thank you for stopping by, Trip. I got the name right this time.
No problem.
And,
my pleasure.
Coming up next, we're going to be talking some Summertown softball. Adam Lindsay is going to join us here on the phone. That's next on Exports Live.
McMaster's Home Gallery, where you'll always get a special price every day. Shop their new showroom full of name brand furniture, sofas, recliners, dining and bedroom suites, Serta bedding, lots of tables and chairs just to match your decor. McMaster's Home Gallery also has GE appliances. Stop by on Highway 43 in Loretto or call 853-6140.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we've provided outstanding residential and commercial services through Southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air. When you need us, we'll be there.
Whether you're looking to spruce up the interior or exterior of your home or business, trust Lawrenceburg Glass to provide a one-of-a-kind product. From windows to mirrors, shower doors, custom framing, storefront installations, and everything in between, Lawrenceburg Glass takes pride in our quality craftsmanship and strong attention to detail. With us, your customer experience always exceeds expectations. We're reliable, on time, and we deliver stunning results. Lawrenceburg Glass. Our passion is reflected in our work.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
Renwright Equipment has all the tools you need to get the job done. From bobcats to trenchers to augers to lifts, we have a large variety of equipment for every project, big or small. Need a new mower? We have you covered there too. With great brands Hustler and Big Dog, RentRite is ready to serve all your equipment needs. Call today and reserve your equipment from RentRite Equipment in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation? You're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North, or visit LawrenceburgFlooringandMore.com.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at Hinie's Barbecue, it's Clint steals one of Cam's son's French fries. We're actually joined by Adam Lindsay on the phone here. Talk to us, Adam, about the Summertown girls softball team. You guys kind of slow played us a little bit. You told us that they could go 0-8, they could go 4-4, but you guys are coming back 7-1 with a pretty good showing down there.
Yeah, AJ, it was fun to watch this group. They definitely got a long way to go, but 7-1 record, 8 games total played, made it to the final, to the championship game out of about 42, I think, plus teams. 47 runs scored in those 8 games. Only gave up 18, which is about 2.3 runs a game. Also in the process, they defeated 1 4A school, 2 4A schools, 3, 4 4A schools, a 6A school, a D2 school as well, and ended up losing the championship game to Tuscaloosa County, which is a 7A school, of course, out of Tuscaloosa. But I'll tell you, though, that a really good team, but that pitcher for Tuscaloosa County was one of the most dominant I've seen, even in travel ball. You're looking at probably 65 plus left-handed, one of the more talented kids we've seen. So you love to get the win, but it's tough to beat a kid like that, for sure.
Adam, this Clint, you were talking about how first couple of days wasn't very good softball weather, especially if you're at the beach. It was really cold. Did you have to do like I did and go to Dick's Sporting Goods and buy you a whole new wardrobe to plan out the rest of your week?
Well, one thing I like to do, Clint, is just layer. I've got about 5 different jackets on, and I'm a tightwad, so I won't go buy anything new. I just put like
Plus you're skinnier than I am.
But yeah, the weather was untypically cool there. I mean, there was a couple mornings when they were playing softball and it was 50 degrees. So, the weather was good. I mean, nice in general, but really cold. I think that had an effect on them for a couple games early in the morning, kind of get your blood going, get your blood pumping. But overall, they played pretty well.
Adam, of course, we all know Hannah, probably number 1 pitcher, and was the anchor last year. But you did get to see a lot of younger kids, Olivia Woods and some other kids, get to throw a lot of innings this week. Touch on some of those kids besides Hannah that you're going to be expecting some things out of this year.
Well, to me, that was what I walk away from this week feeling the best about. You win 8 games. You play 8 games. Hannah actually only started. Lindsay only started 2 of those 8 games, and actually pitched majority of games. Even in the Tuscaloosa, that we beat Hillcrest, to get to the final game, and they're a 6A school.
Right.
And Hannah Jones goes the distance in that game. I mean, pitches 5-6 innings of great softball. And even in the loss to Tuscaloosa, we have a freshman, Olivia Woods, who pitched, I believe, the first 3 or 4 innings of that game, and just really, holds that team to 2 runs, I think 2 or 3 runs, and I believe that first run that they got was even off an error. So, that to me, that's the positive of this group right now. I mean, you've got 4 pitchers I think that Coach Burleson can roll out that I feel I would put on the mound against pretty much anybody, Clint.
Right.
That's what I pulled away from this weekend, and they're only going to get better too. That's the bright spot for Summertown for sure.
Good deal.
Well, Adam, what was the biggest thing that surprised you down there during these 8 games?
Not really surprised me, but the defense is one thing that I was really happy with. This team is really solid defensively. One thing, I've talked about it with Coach Burleson, and it's a lot of the fans and parents this weekend that we talked. You like having Hannah on the mound. She did a good job for you last year, but she's also a kid that can help you on defense. She was on the mound so much last year. You got when you're able to have other quality pitchers that stepped up, these young kids this week, you're able to put Hannah into the defense, which helps. And to me, defensively is where I can say this. I don't think that would I say we were the best defensive team there? No. But I would be hard-pressed to say there was a better one, if that makes sense. I just, this team's fundamentally sound. They still got a lot of bugs to work out, but, when they're really playing, they can be pretty dangerous. And they're only going to get it better, and they've got a big week coming up. They've got 2 games this week, one against Wayne County, which is a solid team. Then you've got Forest, I think, Wednesday night, who was, the final, they were playing in the 2A championship, I think, last year. And then you travel to the Riverdale tournament in Murfreesboro this coming weekend, where you got 5 games. I don't know the exact schedule on those 5, but I do know they play Science Hill, White County, and Siegel. There's 3 of the 5 that I remember offhand, so, they're not letting off the accelerator. And this group here, with this pitching staff, that's what they need to see. These young pitchers, they need to go to see those type of teams. To me, the defense and the pitching, this weekend was what really jumped out at me as far as what I was really impressed with.
And like you mentioned, you're facing all this tough competition. You had some down there this week. You're really going to get tested this coming week. And I know that's what Greg and company wanted, was they wanted a lot of tests for these girls before district play comes around.
Yeah, for sure. And they got that. I know there was things Coach Burleson wasn't happy with. I mean, execution, there's always things that can improve. But, you had some kids really step up. You had 2 home runs hit. I think Summertown only hit 2 actual home runs, the whole week at Gulf Shores. But, and it's good and bad. But, like Clint was talking about the weather, majority of your games were on a 225-foot fence, and it seemed like the wind was blowing in every game.
Right.
Hannah Jones, a sophomore, she hits both your home runs. Having a kid like that with her bat stepping up only adds to this offense. Lindsay, who I think had 8 or 9 last year, led the team. Abbott, I think, had 7 or 8. Neither one of those kids, really put one out of the yard this weekend. But this team's got power. Mackenzie Runnels, I was really impressed with hitting the softball this week. Jones, Abbott had a really good weekend. I mean, there's definitely room for growth, but they've got plenty of talent.
All right, Adam, thank you so much for letting us give you a phone call and kind of give us a synopsis of what went down there this week.
Yes, sir, guys. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to being home here in about an hour. So.
Yeah, you had to make that Buc-ee's stop, didn't you?
I had to, man. I've done ate like 4 pounds of candied pecans on the way. I'm just starting to feel it,
Well, that'll give you some insulation for all these cold weather games you got to deal with the first part of the season.
You got that right. I'm going to need it.
Well, thank you, Adam, and have a good trip back, man.
All right, guys. Thank y'all.
All right, and coming up next, me and the guys are going to talk a little college basketball and kind of wrap up what went down at the TSSAA state tournament this week.
Tired of driving into the city every time you need appliances, furniture, or heck, just about anything? Next time, stay local and come to Swap and Shop Center. We have everything you want, from computers to furniture, major appliances, lawn and garden tools, electronics, you name it. Our #1 goal is to get you the items you need at a price you can afford. We even offer 120 days same as cash financing. We won't be undersold. We specialize in service after the sale. We pick up where everyone else leaves off. Swap and Shop Center, family owned and operated in Lawrenceburg for over 61 years.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you as an employee a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
Story and Lee, the Tennessee Valley's most dynamic furniture store, featuring our Made in America galleries with solid wood dining and bedrooms, leather furniture, mattresses, and so much more. You want it? We've got it. With our 3 acres of showroom and our huge warehouse, we're sure to have exactly what you want. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story and Lee.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
Like you, our roots are in Lawrence County, providing banking for every stage of life since 1934. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank has been not just your bank, but also your friend, helping you with home loans, consumer and auto loans, and your everyday personal banking needs. Lawrenceburg Federal offers you a warm smile and personal experience, as well as the conveniences of modern-day online banking, mobile banking, and telebanking. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, your neighbor and friend, located at 118 West Gain Street next to the courthouse.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at X Sports Live, we're going to talk a little basketball, a little high school. We'll start things off here, guys. Last week, the Wayne County girls, we knew how good they were. We've seen them a few times and made another deep tournament run, and unfortunately, came up against, we thought Westview's three-point performance against Summertown was good. McKenzie was 11 of 14 from 3, and that's what ultimately did Wayne County in back-to-back state runner-ups.
It is, and it was a big margin, too. I mean, it was same team that you lost to in the state championship the year before. I mean, it stinks for Wayne County. I texted Jared and Ginger Bogus, you know, my kids have been runner-up twice, too, but the good thing about their daughter is she's just a sophomore, and she's got a really good chance to win one before she's done. And congratulations to Miss Blair Bogus, single-A Miss Basketball. So it wasn't a total loss, but, you know, she would rather trade that for a state championship.
It's pretty, you know, we saw Wayne County early in the year at Wayne County. I wish we could have saw them more. It used to be a district game, obviously, and of course that McKenzie. I know that it's going to be different than it was a couple of years ago, but when Loretto went to McKenzie in that region semis in 2020, that was or 2021, I guess. They were really good then. I mean, they had Loretto beat, and if it hadn't been for Kinsey Weathers in that second half, coming out with 25 in the second half, that's a whole different. That could be a whole different story there for a lot of teams.
And I'm going to be honest with you, it sounds bad, and I apologize to any Loretto people, but I was really rooting for McKenzie to win that game because, I did not want there to be a chance for Summertown Loretto to play each other in a state championship. And what happened?
Well, so that's a good program, and they got
a good coach. They do have a good coach.
Yeah.
Coach Greg McGill, when he was at Summertown, we played McKenzie a couple of times, and we would go to West Tennessee a lot and play. We played them a couple of times.
They were in our region,
even when they were building, and you could see them getting better and better. And man, they built one. But like I said, if you're Wayne County, they've got a really good middle school bunch that's coming up. You've got the best player in the state that's just a sophomore that can play inside, outside, a lot of length, can kind of do it all. So, don't get down because you've got 2 state runner-up finishes. There's over 100 other teams that wish they finished their season on Saturday.
Yeah. And,
that's something I've had to tell my kids before, but it's true. I'm not like Ricky Bobby. If I can't be first, I still don't want to be last. You know what I mean? I want to be second.
Yeah.
If I can't get a gold ball, I want a silver ball. So, those go in trophy cases. Those are things you can brag about.
Yeah. They do have a date and a time and a signature.
There's no other team in Southern Middle Tennessee or really anywhere in Middle Tennessee that's got a silver ball.
Right.
They got one this year. So
look at the competition. Westview just stormed through there. They had a great performance.
Had a tough game against York in first game.
Which I hate that. Let's be honest. The two of those draws are terrible. I mean, in 2021,
like it happens all the time.
But Summertown got the draw. What are you doing, man? 2021, Summertown got a terrible draw.
They did. I mean, it's tough. Clark Range, and then North Green, and then Loretto, who's hotter than a $2 pistol. But it just seems like it. The first runner-up that Summertown had, the big favorites were Greenfield and
Huntington.
Who's with Clark Range?
Clay County.
No. But anyways,
there's so many of those tiny schools.
They drew each other, and they were the two they were predicting to win it all. And of course, Summertown thought they had something to say about it, and we did make it to the state championship and led the whole way, and then got beat by Greenfield at the end. But it just seems like it always works out that way. I don't really know any other way you can do it because you don't want to put 2 teams in the same region or district, on the same side. So I don't really know any other way to do it.
There was definitely teams there.
You could rank it, but then again, it's just like college football rankings.
Yeah.
Well,
it's subjective.
If
you're
playing East Tennessee and you're playing West Tennessee and you have no compass on who's, I don't know how you do that.
West Virginia does that.
They rank.
They do a seeding, but they do it. What would be the you're all sub-state, which is our regional round. They rank everyone 1 through 16.
Right.
Yeah. So I like that, but
and then when you go
puts
there,
more
you already have a natural.
You've got
system,
300 teams in Tennessee, and in West Virginia you've got 10, so it's a little different.
122.
No, but it would be tough, but you had teams in that AAA side.
Yeah.
That I promise you, there were teams not even in the state tournament on the AA side that could have smoked a lot of the Final Four teams. And then the gap in competition wasn't there this year like you'd seen. In fact, I would argue the 2A side was better than the 3A side.
Well, Lawrence County, the Lady Cats, the team that made it, that was a state runner-up in 3A. Lady Cats, go back and watch that game. They had that game won in certain spots of it. Got a rough start that fourth quarter. That team went all the way
on a
to the
3.5-hour road trip to their gym.
No, he's talking about the state championship game.
But I'm talking about
the team that beat
Livingston Academy.
Oh, yeah.
Lawrence County had them on the ropes. It was right there tooth and nail with them till the end. and Lawrence County had to drive 3 hours and play them in their own gym. I mean, that's how far Lawrence County was away.
But the top echelon, and I don't want to diminish 3A or 4A or any of that. I'm not saying that, but the top tier of those teams are better than the top tier in 2A most of the time. And that Livingston Academy team was very, very good.
Yeah.
And if you watched that Lawrence County game, you saw that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
and then obviously we saw Westview, and Westview, I would love to have a tournament just with the state champions. Just Dresden against, not Dresden, but McKenzie against Westview, and then you put
I would like that
in
too.
there. That would be a lot of fun. Just not necessarily to settle a debate, but kind of do like Kentucky does, and just like we're gonna have
one overall state champion.
Right.
That would be, hey, I hope nobody from the TLS is listening, because if they think they can make more money on something, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be the person that gave them that idea.
I think they quit listening to us probably about a week ago.
I think that made them listen even more. I think they're watching us like a hawk.
Well, on the boys' side, Giles County still alive, got a 2-point win just a few hours ago, and they're moving on to the state semifinals. And Campbell has done an incredible job over there and gotten them now a game away from a state championship.
I hope Nick Campbell took that job in a lot of pressure. He replaced Billy Holt, who coached before I played. He coached against me, but that's how long he was there.
Late 80s, I think,
yeah.
when he started.
And, he came into a tough district. I mean, if you've got Loretta and Summertown in your district, it's tough.
Well, guess what? It's going to get tougher next year, but yes, you're right.
No, but what I'm saying is 1 year with the same team that only won 4 games last year.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. How crazy is that?
That's what people really need to give Coach Campbell. Whether he made it to the state tournament or not, he took a team that won 4 games last year and was a district and region championship.
And
same team.
They've won 19 in a row. That game that we called where Lawrence County couldn't miss, they haven't lost since then.
Right.
Isn't that crazy? Because that night, I think both of us looked at it and said, this Giles County's still the 4-loss team. Yeah. Lawrence County looks like a state tournament, which, I think they were. I think they ran against a buzzsaw in region. But that was, man, what a turn.
Yeah.
Because
it's incredible.
I mean, then you look at it and you try to bring it full circle for the Loretta and Summertown. Loretta and Summertown had Giles County beat. Both of them should have probably beat them
in 2 games
at the end of the season. But the district championship was all Giles County, and they've been on the heater since.
At Giles County beat Summertown like they owed them money. I mean,
same way at Loretta. At Loretta, Giles County beat same way.
It was bad. But you're going to have games like that in tough rivalry games. But I think you told me, and I can't remember, when do they play tomorrow and who?
6 o'clock tomorrow night. Let me look it up. I have it. Douglas. I'm saying it because it's got 2 S's at the end. Douglas.
Right.
So they'll play at 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
Gotcha.
So that I don't know how Douglas is now 27-8. So,
Sue, we're rooting for you, buddy. If I can get up there, I'm going to be up there to try to support you in person. But good luck. Give them hell.
Have you guys thought, the random thought has come into my mind several times this season? What if Loretto and Summertown were still in Wayne County's district? How crazy good would this year would have been
on the girls' side? Well, it was like that a few years ago on the boys' side.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna, anything can happen tournament time, but Wayne County took care of Summertown and Loretta this year in the regular season twice. So I'm not. I don't want to take anything away from them, but it would have been, you say that, and it just makes me so depressed as far as next year goes, because we have 4 teams in the district. Summertown and Loretta are really going to have to make sure that their scheduling non-district is up there, and you're going to have to get a whole lot out of it because
you're going to schedule Wayne County twice. Loretta only had them once this year.
And we did play them twice. One of them was a Hall of Fame game, but
where'd that money go?
We're not getting on that topic again, but I hope Mount Pleasant or Lewis County people aren't watching. I think y'all are realistic enough to know it's just not going to be a game on that girls' side, and it's just. But as we'd said last week, if you're Summertown or Loretta, you get a new region next year. Your toughest probably coming out of that region was Community, who just went to state tournament. Well, they lost 5 starters.
Well, and they got smoked, too.
And the best thing is, if you can get through that region, finish 1 and 2, like Summertown Loretta have done the last umpteen years, you don't have to play Westview or Gibson County next year in a sub-state.
You had to go back and play
the teams you beat
in
in
the
the
region.
Yeah.
But
which is tough.
It's tough. Yeah, but it's not. But also Westview loses a Division I player, Miss Basketball. What are you doing, man?
I'm trying to bite it because it tastes good.
He's crazy. He's a crazy kid,
Those
man.
barbecue
It's the last
sauce
time we
on
ever
it.
let him on the show. I mean,
It has barbecue sauce on it.
my jacket.
Hey, Lincoln, tell everybody about this suit you bought in Chicago.
Yeah, you bought a suit.
What color is it?
I don't know the color.
Is it black? It's black.
No. It's kind of greenish, bluish, blackish color.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So how many suits, like full suits, do you own?
Full suits. This is kind of the best too.
It's just a suit, man.
Oh.
What'd you tell me?
About 4,
And how old are you?
7. Wait, not 4. I got 2 new ones, so
You told me
5,
6.
6.
He's getting ready to be a
I just
politician,
got
and
it.
we already know he's got a full of crap gene in him.
Yeah, he's got the smart gene in his mom, and he's got the full of crap gene, so he's going to make a perfect politician.
Or he's going to be a news anchor, one or the other.
News anchor.
My mom says I'm going to be a football player, but no.
Football?
Yeah, I said I'm going to do a basketball.
I don't. Yeah, that shot, you're gonna.
I'm shooting balls.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, so he's either gonna be a serial killer or a politician.
I'm not gonna.
It could be both.
Well, coming up next here on Exports Live, me and the guys are going to rant a little bit, and that's coming up next.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
For the best at-home care in Lawrence County, the Summit at Home is the right company for you. We have a friendly staff over 25 that is trained, educated, and qualified to help with all your needs within your household. Our non-medical services include transportation, housework, dressing, and companionship. We are also covered by most long-term care providers. For more information, please call 931-762-2310.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
Introducing Cloud9 Fiber to Lawrenceburg. We take great pride in being the only locally owned and operated internet company within Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County. We're now offering up to gigabit services with plans starting at $50 per month. Surf the internet with blazing fast speeds and reliability, all while keeping your investment within Lawrence County. For more information, visit cloud9fiber.com to request for us to build your area next.
Great food is just a short drive to Heinie's Barbecue in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Hinie in town when you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Hinie Shine lemonade and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Hinie sauces, snacks, and more. Heinie's Barbecue, Highway 43 North in Lawrenceburg.
This is the X Sports Network. From the X.
Welcome back to X Sports Live here from Heinie's Barbecue. We're going to get to our rants here in a bit, but since it's 316 Day,
It's Austin! It's Austin! Stone Cold! Stone Cold!
The Texas Rattlesnake, the toughest you-know-what in the WWE. So, guys, what are your favorite, or if you have a favorite Stone Cold Steve Austin moments?
I don't know how you pick a favorite.
Yeah, you can go with.
My favorite is when he drove the
Zamboni.
Well, that and the beer truck
beer
out.
truck, yeah.
That, to me, that's his greatest promo that he ever did. On top of that beer truck, I'm going to check into the SmackDown hotel, go right up to room 316, and proceed to burn that to the ground. And that was great. My favorite is when they, of course, the angle was awful. The invasion angle, that's so bad. But when they finally got rid of him being a heel character and soft, and they wanted the old Stone Cold back, and then he came in and he cleared house. I remember not being so mad at wrestling at the shape it had got in for probably 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And then I'm jumping. I mean, my wife's in there. You can ask her. I'm jumping on the sofa.
He's back! He's back!
Everybody's back! And I mean, I sounded just like JR. Yeah. And then, of course, the pay-per-view comes around, and it's just a double cross or whatever.
You remember JR's just going, oh, here's Stone Cold. He's talking. He's got a pole cue.
Yeah.
That he was. The NWO deal was big. Then then WWF kind of turned into the Attitude Era. Yeah. They stole a lot of those guys in Stone Cold and The Rock. Yeah. But Stone Cold, man, I had their old Rattlesnake T-shirt. I looked for it a couple months ago, couldn't find it.
I just bought one a couple days ago.
I've got a
Stone Cold Steve Austin T-shirt?
No, but you said Rattlesnake.
No, they called him the Texas Rattlesnake.
Oh, I do have a Rattlesnake.
We'll watch some videos. Well, actually, probably won't.
But I mean, honestly,
probably won't watch some videos.
There's probably 50 best of Stone Cold moments, and one of the best parts is. Are you telling me that to fix mine? No.
He's choking. He's he's cutting up blood.
He's Chris Farley on
Tommy Boy.
He's Chris Farley on SNL.
I know, but it's 316. March the 16th. Austin 316.
See, was it on this show I told that story about me wearing the Rattlesnake T-shirt to church?
Yeah.
You don't listen to the show. It's like his mama. It's like, no.
I did. The Zamboni moment was great. The beer truck was awesome. I watched a promo today when, the whole what thing was going on. And he's talking trash to The Undertaker. You said you're a damn dead man? What? So you're dead. What? You don't have a pulse.
Right. That was when he came back, wasn't it?
I watched the episode. I watched him on, and it was during quarantine, but he was on Pat McAfee. Yeah. It was about a 30-minute segment, and when you got time, you need to watch it. It's great. But of course, Pat McAfee, anybody that keeps up with wrestling, he's huge. He's actually on WWE.
Yeah, he was. That's right.
But he's biggest Stone Cold fan there was, and it was a 316 day, and that's why they had him on. No, it was his birthday. It was Stone Cold's birthday, and he got to talk to him about the business, and then later on he got to talk about. He said, "Did you ever have people?" Because he said, "I love it. I wasn't one of those, but you hear people say, did you ever get a lot of backlash from people from the what chant?" Because they talk about it ruining other people's promo, and Stone Cold said, "Look, if them blankety blanks weren't smart enough to realize just don't put a pause in it. They can't say what to you. He said that's up for them to figure out. And it's really smart.
Yeah.
You know, when you're doing your promo, just don't pause. Just keep going. You know?
There's two videos that I've watched a lot recently. It's The Rock's greatest quotes, or like his
Oh, yeah, he has
catchphrases,
some good ones.
and Stone Cold's greatest catchphrases. I forgot about the one where you go, I don't know if your hearing's all right there, Vince, but you got 15,000 people calling you
an a-hole.
Yeah.
I was not a Rock fan. I don't think you could be a Stone Cold fan and a Rock fan, could you? I mean,
Because they were heel babyface for the longest time.
Yeah.
Well, I was.
Rock did flip at one point.
Of course, you had to be a Rock for about a year because Stone Cold had the neck surgery. He was out for a while.
And that was legitimate. Like, it nearly paralyzed him.
Went hard.
And so, but when he came back, I mean, I was always Stone Cold. I mean,
When he refereed that match that time, then he stunned, you know, I'm sorry.
Listen, Stone Cold Steve Austin's only one to ever give a president a stunner.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. He
wasn't
stunned Donald
president at
Trump.
the
He
time,
wasn't president at the time, but yeah. I love that guy, man. I'm going to go home tonight. That's all I'm going to do all night.
Look up the greatest catchphrases. There's so many of those.
And I forget about him because I had a friend, you know, he's still my friend, but we used to sit around and watch wrestling, all of that, and pull up old videos. You get the old Ultimate Warrior promo video. I mean, that guy, he was off his rocker.
All right, hey, since I've been saying let's get a wrestling show up, and it is
we will
316.
We will before WrestleMania. I think the show before WrestleMania will be a WrestleMania.
So what I was going to say was, at some point, who's everybody's Mount Rushmore of wrestling, and that can be our poll question. We won't talk about it tonight, but when we do a wrestling
As Chris
show,
Sockel would say, not wrestling, wrestling.
Wrestling. We got some trivia coming up for that, big time wrestling trivia. We're going to have a big wrestling.
You can already. I mean, it's pretty easy to do that, right?
Well, I mean, everybody's
because
different.
Hogan's there.
Everybody's different.
Flair's there. I mean, those two are automatics. Then
they're on mine for sure.
I mean,
but you're spoiling what our upcoming show is.
But then you got Stone Cold and The Rock. I mean,
but you
Rock's
can't,
not on mine.
You can't forget about Andre the Giant.
Andre's not on mine either.
Yeah, but
Macho Man.
Macho Man. Then you had you're right. The Undertaker. I mean, yeah.
Mick Foley.
You can't be in the business for 80 years and not be in.
Right. I mean, but you, like I said, it's like there's Hogan's there regardless.
Yeah. I think Austin should be there regardless.
To me, the Hogan Austin deal on who's the best is kind of like the Bird Magic Jordan thing. Yeah. Hogan got it where it was.
Yeah.
And then Austin took it
to the next level.
To the moon. You know. Yeah. And Austin's the one that made it fun to root for the heel.
Yeah.
You know, he
blurred that line.
Yeah.
Between heel and babyface.
I mean, how many people hadn't wanted to go stun their boss?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and he made that cool.
And say all the things that he said. Yeah.
Sandwich.
Oh, well, man, you're getting me excited. I need to look up when WrestleMania is so we can have that wrestling show, and maybe we can get a guest or two. So see where I can dig up.
All right, so we're going off in the weeds here because this is.
It's been a fun show.
Yeah.
So I love this because there used to. All right, so Memphis was a big wrestling hub,
right?
Yeah.
And
they Lawler territory.
Yeah, so they would bring. There was guys that would come to Lawrence County High School and put on wrestling matches. Like, what was the?
Tojo came.
Who else? Was it Jarrett? Jeff Jarrett?
Oh yeah,
Jeff Jarrett came. I think Shawn Michaels was here at one point, but Buff Bagwell was. That was pretty recent, actually.
Yeah.
Within the last 15 years, but it was at the Armory. But they used to come and do those, and it was a pretty big deal. But there was a guy in Loretto who was a professional wrestler, and I may have this totally wrong. So actually St. Joe. I think he used to be the police chief at St. Joe. That had like a fireball kind of deal or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. But there's some people that's got some wrestling connections in the area. So that might be.
I had a grandmother that I mean, it was religious. She was watching Memphis wrestling. You better not interrupt her, and you better not go in and talk to her, and you were not going to convince her that it was not scripted.
Yeah, that's why I love that Tales from the Territory and just like the stories that those guys had from that show. It's me and you have talked about it. I mean, it's It's some really good stuff.
All right.
Well, you guys got anything to rant about, or
What did we never talked about?
NCAA?
NCAA?
Okay. All right.
I don't have a rant. So
I don't either, really.
Let's talk about that.
Okay. You want
favorite March Madness moments.
No rants today.
Favorite moments, or is that what we're doing?
Yeah, favorite moments.
Isn't that what you do?
Oh, okay. Favorite moment. I thought it was like, okay.
Yeah. And do you didn't fill out a bracket, right?
No.
Did
No,
you?
I did not.
I filled out a couple.
Okay. What's your final four?
I put Tennessee in, even though they don't have a chance.
No, they may not make it past tonight.
I actually put Tennessee and Alabama in, and then
That would be my rant. It's Alabama.
anyways, I had to.
Mine, just quickly before you go to your moments, mine's Purdue, Gonzaga, Houston, and Alabama. So those are my four. With Gonzaga winning it all, which I know is probably not going to happen, but if I at least want to be right one time when they actually do.
And I'm gonna be honest, I just hope that Tennessee wins first round, Duke wins first round, because I want to see Tennessee and Duke, and I hadn't got to see that, you know.
Have they ever played?
I want to see Tennessee and Duke.
It's probably been years ago.
It's been a long time if they have. But I was, you know, and I'm not a Michigan fan by far, but some of my favorite, I got into college basketball, Fab Five.
I don't think everybody did in our generation.
I did. That, you know, and what's funny is those were baggy shorts then. They're Daisy Dukes now.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, they really are. But I loved it, and as much as I loved Dean Smith, you know, I didn't know him. You know, at the time when it happened, I was young, and I didn't know, you know, how great of a guy and coach and mentor he was. So I wasn't really rooting. I didn't care anything about North Carolina other than Michael Jordan went there. But
I was a huge North Carolina
But
fan.
it broke my heart when Chris Webber called that timeout. That's the biggest NCAA championship March Madness moments you'll ever see when he calls that timeout.
They weren't going to win anyway.
Right.
I mean, right?
It was a three-point game, wasn't it?
They were down.
Game, and they
were
their
down.
ball.
But they were down. I mean, he was in trouble. That's why he called the timeout.
If they got the ball on their end of the court.
It wasn't a guarantee they were going to win.
No, but that ended it for it.
But that was during the, you know, kind of the Leitner, you know, the shot, and that was kind of the.
And I hated that too. See, that's the thing. I can't say that's one of my favorites because I hated Duke and I hated Leitner, and I was rooting for Kentucky. My grandmother loved Kentucky, and I remember watching that game, and I thought, man, that was Patina's first year, and
well, you had the Razorbacks in there that, you know, had that was it Williamson? Williamson. Then you had my favorite college basketball team still to this day was the Vince Carter, Antoine Jamison team at North Carolina.
That team was so good.
I mean, think about that. Did not win a national championship, but man, were they fun to watch.
Yeah, that bunch, because that bunch played against Elton Brand and that Duke bunch
team
for like.
Oh, yeah, they went to war.
At least they had a 2-year war.
Remember that, triple overtime?
Yeah.
So when Bryant Mitchell played at MTSU, North Carolina with Carter and Jamison came to MTSU and played. We went and watched that game. Yeah. Actually, I think one of them wasn't there. He might have been hurt, or did one of them graduate a year earlier? Was it Jamison that graduated a year earlier than Carter?
Jamison was older, but I think Carter left first.
One of them wasn't there. I'm almost certain. They might. I didn't go back and look at that, but they come to MTSU and played. And if I remember right, I think MTSU might have beat them by like 5 or 6. Again, I could be way off base.
It was Chicken, or are you sure it wasn't Cedric?
Cedric didn't play at MTSU.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Cedric transferred and he finished up at MTSU.
Did he? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Blew his knee out, and then he finished at MTSU.
Did not know that.
Yeah,
no,
it was both played there.
It was Bryant. But yeah, that was, man, that team. I've still got my Vince Carter jersey, number 15. They don't have Carter on the back because that was 40 years ago. It seems like, but yeah, there was no NIL.
Well, you know how I said Summertown had took the lead? Well, it's tied, 9-9. I told you, hold on.
Metal bat baseball.
It's like a pitching war there.
Hey, you want to turn the volume up and hear our good buddy Timmy Kinnick ranting on this with his son playing? Let me tell you the best Timmy Kinnick story. And I didn't even watching it live, but all of a sudden I get like 4 text messages there from 4 different people that have reported. No, this was last year. But his son made an error at third, and all you hear is the ball get hit, and Timmy go, good gracious almighty. Then it goes quiet a minute, and he says, we'll be back in a minute. You're listening to the Sports X Network. He was so mad he didn't know what we were called.
I remember that.
So Lincoln, if you did that, would I be mad at you?
Never done it.
Never done it. Never.
Right. I will say my greatest, it's probably because I've covered a bunch of NCAA tournaments, but when West Virginia went in 2010 to the Final Four, now I got to be in Madison Square Garden for the Big East tournament. Unreal. I spent all day there. Like, my games were at night. Every game
You just want to be in Madison Square Garden, though.
For the Big East tournament.
Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha.
They won every single game in the Big East tournament on a last-second shot, including beating Georgetown.
Was that Snoggle?
No, that was Deshaun Butler and Joe Mazzulla, who's now the Boston Celtics head coach, was the
Isn't that funny?
point guard who would play the whole season with a separated shoulder and couldn't shoot. And then the best part was they go all the way to the Elite Eight, and they take on John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins,
That's right.
and Eric Bledsoe. And Mazzulla, who hadn't shot a shot other than a layup for pretty much the whole season, hit 2 3-pointers in John Wall's face. The best part, though, was being in that stadium, and you all know how annoying Kentucky basketball fans are.
Oh, my God.
Just
Alabama fans on steroids.
Yeah. And last week being at the SEC tournament, there were more Kentucky fans than there was the other teams.
Yeah,
other than UT.
Kentucky fans love it when it's in Nashville.
And just to watch that Big Blue Nation go silent,
right?
Because they think of us as their little brother in basketball. Now they've gotten their revenge on West Virginia since then. And
right.
They played, I think, 3 or 4 times since then and won every game. But watching John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, and all them just go down to West Virginia, who eventually lost to the eventual national champions in Duke in the Final Four. But that was, seen some good games in person in the NCAA tournament. But I just love upsets, like today. Furman, I showed those guys that clip of Furman, that dumb play that Virginia player made. Guy hits the 3, and then Princeton, the second time as a 15 seed, upsetting a 2 seed today against Arizona. I mean, it's...
The thing is, in that Virginia game, if it had been like 2 seconds later, you would have thought, man, that was a brilliant play.
Yeah.
He was just 2 seconds too early with it.
Or as Charles Barkley said, dude, throw it straight up in the air and get your defense time to set up.
Right.
I mean, you box out and try to catch it.
Yeah.
I mean, throw it out of bounds at the other end. If you're gonna,
well, they had a timeout.
That's right. You said they had a timeout. I was like, what is he doing there?
Coach and the player, throw it off of somebody.
Do something.
As
you got a timeout, you can't.
Well, as I heard one of Lawrence County's coaches say yesterday, of all the things you could have done, that's the last one you should have done.
Right. I heard that a lot in my day. Not just in sports.
Well, I looked it up. So WrestleMania is April 1st. So our Thursday will be March 30th. So March 30th will be our Wrestle Exports Live.
I have to find. I've got some old MWO shirts somewhere. So yeah,
we can go down so many avenues. With
I've got a bunch of this old stuff. Yeah,
we might have to.
I got an Ultimate Warrior shirt. You can borrow it.
I couldn't stand Ultimate. I just thought it was hilarious looking back on. I've got some old belts too, like the
old championship
I think you've
belts.
Don't we have some old? No, I don't think you've seen those.
What?
Some old wrestling championship belts. I've got those. Yeah.
Right. Well, looking forward. Well, we'll be back here next week, and then the week after that will be the wrestling show.
Hey, Lincoln, tell everybody at home, who's the best barber in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee?
You.
North End Barbershop, folks. Shameless plug, baby.
Shameless plug, yeah.
This is a fresh haircut that's not kept. He didn't comb it. It still looks good.
Still, yeah.
You don't even have to comb when he cuts your hair, right?
The best milkshake here is probably this one.
Here in Lawrenceburg?
So Hinie's makes the best milkshake.
Ben's enjoying one too. What flavor you got, Ben? What flavor you got? Banana?
Banana.
Okay.
Banana.
Banana. How'd you like it?
It's really good. Tastes like homemade ice cream, don't it?
All right, everyone. So for Lincoln and Cam Mashburn and Clint Brazier, I'm AJ Good here on Exports Live. Have a great evening. We'll see you guys next week.
This is the X Sports Network.